Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Hello English World, the podcast where real conversations meet real English learning. I'm Rose.
And I'm Leo. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to the family. This channel is all about helping you speak English more naturally, more confidently, and more joyfully through fun, honest, everyday conversations.
That's right, we don't do boring grammar drills here. We talk, we laugh, we learn together. And today's conversation, it's going to hit close to home for so many of you.
Today's topic is, drumroll please, discipline.
Discipline, the word that either motivates you or makes you want to hide under a blanket.
Exactly. But before we dive in, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. It really helps us grow and reach more learners like you around the world.
Okay, Leo, let's get into it. Discipline. Why does this word feel so heavy?
Great question, Rose. I think the problem is that most people hear the word discipline and they immediately picture something harsh, like punishment or strict rules or a military boot camp.
Oh, totally. I used to think discipline meant suffering. Like, if you're not suffering, you're not being disciplined enough.
Right? But that's actually a big misconception. Discipline at its core is simply about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it.
That's such a clean definition. Say it again for the people in the back.
Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being harsh with yourself. It's about choosing your future self over your present comfort.
I love that. Choosing your future self over your present comfort. That's really deep, actually.
And here's the thing. Discipline is not the same as motivation. People often confuse the two.
Yes. Can you break that down? Because I think that's so important.
Of course. Motivation is an emotion. It comes and goes. Some days you wake up feeling fired up, ready to take on the world. And other days you just don't.
Oh, trust me, I know those days.
We all do. But discipline is a habit. It's a system. It doesn't rely on how you feel. It relies on what you've committed to.
So if I'm waiting to feel motivated before I start something, I might wait forever.
Pretty much. And that's why so many people stay stuck. They say, I'll start when I feel ready. But that feeling of readiness, it often only comes after you start.
So discipline is the bridge between intention and action.
Beautifully put. Write that down, everyone. Discipline is the bridge between intention and action.
Okay, so let's make this really practical, because I think a lot of people understand discipline in theory, but struggle to apply it. What does discipline actually look like in daily life?
Great. Let's start simple. Think about your morning routine. Do you have one?
I do now, but honestly, it took months to build. I used to just wake up and immediately check my phone, scroll through social media for an hour, and then wonder why I felt anxious and unproductive all day.
The doom scroll. Classic.
Classic indeed. But now I have a morning routine that I protect. I wake up at the same time every day. I drink a glass of water. I move my body, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. And I don't touch my phone for the first 30 minutes of the morning.
That right there is discipline. Small, consistent actions that over time completely change the quality of your day and your life.
And the interesting thing is, once you build those habits, it actually gets easier. People think discipline is always hard work, but once something becomes a habit, it requires very little willpower.
That's the secret. You're essentially automating good behavior. You stop making decisions about it every day and just do it.
What about you, Leo? What does discipline look like in your life?
For me, it's all about my work schedule. I work for myself, which sounds wonderful, and it is, but it also means no one is watching over you. No boss, no set hours, no structure unless you create it yourself.
That's actually really hard for a lot of people. The freedom can become a trap.
Exactly. Freedom without discipline becomes chaos. So I have very clear work blocks. I have a start time and an end time. I have tasks planned the night before, and I have rules. No social media during deep work hours, no checking emails in the first hour of the day.
See, that's the thing about discipline. It's deeply personal. Your structure is going to look different from mine. There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
100%. The key is figuring out what works for you and then showing up for it consistently.
Let's get honest here. If discipline is so great, why is it so hard? Why do most people struggle with it?
Such a good question. I think there are a few big reasons. The first one is instant gratification.
Oh, the dopamine trap.
Yes, we live in a world that is absolutely designed to make us want things now. Everything is instant. Food delivery in 20 minutes, entertainment at the click of a button, information in seconds. Our brains get wired for immediate rewards.
And discipline, by definition, often requires you to delay reward. You exercise today for a healthier body 6 months from now. You study today for a career 3 years from now.
Right, and our brains are not naturally wired for that. It takes conscious effort to override that instinct.
What's another reason people struggle?
I'd say all or nothing thinking. This is huge. People decide they want to be disciplined and they go from 0 to 100 overnight. They try to change everything at once: their diet, their sleep routine, their exercise routine, their study habits.
And then they inevitably fail at something small, feel like a failure, and quit everything.
Exactly. I think everyone can relate to that. But that kind of thinking is actually the enemy of discipline.
It is, because discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Missing one day doesn't ruin your progress unless you let it.
What's your advice for that?
Never miss twice. That's the rule. If you miss a day, miss a workout, miss a study session, okay, life happens, but commit to never missing 2 days in a row. That way, the habit never truly breaks.
Never miss twice. I love that. It's forgiving, but still holds you accountable.
Okay, let's zoom out now. Let's talk about the bigger picture. How does discipline connect to actually building the life you want?
This is where it gets really exciting, because when you look at anyone who has built something meaningful, something lasting, a business, an athletic career, deep knowledge in a field, meaningful relationships, discipline is always the thread running through their story.
Not talent, not luck. Discipline.
Not luck, not natural talent, consistency over time. Now, talent helps, luck plays a role, but discipline is the multiplier. It takes whatever talent you have and maximizes it.
I read somewhere that talent without discipline is like a race car without fuel. It looks impressive, but it doesn't go anywhere.
That's such a great analogy. And the opposite is also true. Someone with average talent and extraordinary discipline will almost always outperform someone with exceptional talent, but no consistency.
Let's give some examples, because I think examples make this real.
Sure. Think about fitness. 2 people start at the same fitness level. One of them has incredible natural athleticism, but only works out when they feel like it, maybe twice a week, sometimes once, sometimes not at all. The other person has average genetics, but shows up to the gym 4 times a week, every single week for a year.
The disciplined person wins every time.
Every single time. And it's not even close after 6 months. That's the compound effect of discipline. Small actions done consistently add up to massive results.
And this applies to every area of life. Finances, saving a little every month versus spending impulsively. Relationships, showing up for the people you love consistently even when life is busy. Career, putting in the work even when no one is watching.
Yes, discipline is really just a form of self-respect. You're saying to yourself, my future matters. My goals matter. I am worth the effort.
Ooh, I felt that. Say that again.
Discipline is a form of self-respect. You're saying to yourself, my future matters. My goals matter. I am worth the effort.
Because the opposite of discipline isn't just laziness, it's self-neglect.
Exactly. When you consistently avoid the things you know you should do, you're sending yourself a message, I don't believe in my own future. And that is a devastating message to send yourself every day.
All right, Leo, let's bring this home now because we are on Hello English World after all. Let's talk about discipline and language learning because this is so relevant to our audience.
Oh, this is my favorite part of today's conversation because I've met so many people who say, I want to speak English fluently, and they've been saying that for 3, 4, 5 years and nothing changes.
And it's not because they're not smart enough. It's not because English is too hard.
It's almost always because of a lack of disciplined practice.
Let's be specific here. What does disciplined English learning actually look like?
Okay, first, consistency over intensity. People think they need to study English for 5 hours on Sunday to make progress, but that's not how language learning works.
Right, because language is about building neural pathways in your brain. And those pathways are built through repeated, regular exposure, not occasional cramming.
Exactly. 30 minutes of English every day will produce dramatically better results than 4 hours once a week, every single time.
So if someone wants to be disciplined about their English, what should their daily practice look like?
I would say find pockets of time in your day and protect them. Maybe it's 20 minutes in the morning before work. Maybe it's your lunch break. Maybe it's 30 minutes before bed. It doesn't have to be the same time every day, but it has to be a time.
And what should they do in that time?
A mix of things. Listening, podcasts like this one, YouTube videos, movies and shows in English, reading, articles, books, anything that interests you. Speaking, even if it's just talking to yourself, recording yourself, practicing phrases out loud.
The speaking part is where a lot of people get stuck. They're afraid to speak because they might make mistakes.
And this is where discipline and courage meet, because yes, you will make mistakes, that is guaranteed. But the disciplined English learner decides, I will practice anyway. I will speak anyway. I will embarrass myself anyway, because every mistake is feedback. Every mistake is progress.
I remember when I was first learning to teach and speak publicly in English, I made so many mistakes. My grammar was off sometimes, my pronunciation wasn't always right, but I kept going. And now I'm here on a podcast talking to thousands of people.
That's the power of showing up consistently. You don't need to be perfect today, you just need to be slightly better than you were yesterday.
And the beautiful thing about language learning is that the progress compounds. Every word you learn connects to more words. Every phrase you practice makes the next one easier.
It's like building a city. At first, you're just laying individual bricks, and it looks like nothing. But eventually, a neighborhood emerges, then a whole city, and you look back and you can't even remember when it happened.
That's such a vivid image, and it's true. One day, you'll be speaking English, and you'll realize, hey, I'm not even thinking about it anymore. It's just flowing.
And that day only comes for the people who showed up consistently, day after day, week after week.
Okay, Leo, let's give our listeners some real, actionable tips. How do you build discipline if you don't have it?
First and most important, start small, embarrassingly small. If you want to build a healthy habit, don't start with an hour-long workout. Start with 10 minutes. If you want to build a reading habit, don't start with a full book. Start with 1 page a day.
Because the goal at first isn't to accomplish something huge. The goal is to prove to yourself that you show up.
Perfectly said. You're building trust with yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, even something tiny, you're depositing into your self-trust account.
I love that framing. What's the second tip?
Make it easy to start. Put your English workbook on your pillow so you see it before bed. Put your workout clothes out the night before. Have a playlist ready to go. Remove the friction between you and the habit.
Because a lot of the time, we don't fail because we're lazy. We fail because we make the habit harder than it needs to be.
Exactly. Environment design is huge. Shape your environment to support your goals.
What's the third tip?
Track your progress. Get a simple habit tracker. It can be an app or just a calendar on your wall. Mark off every day you complete your habit. After a few weeks, you'll have a visual streak and you won't want to break it.
It sounds simple, but it's so effective. There's something about seeing that streak that makes you want to protect it.
It's called the don't break the chain method. Jerry Seinfeld famously used it to make himself write jokes every single day.
And fourth?
Find your why. Discipline is much easier to maintain when it's connected to something that genuinely matters to you. Why do you want to learn English? Not a vague answer like for better opportunities. Get specific. Is it to travel and actually connect with people? Is it to get a specific job? Is it to make your family proud? Is it to be able to watch your favorite shows without subtitles?
That last one is more real than people want to admit.
Your why is your anchor. On the days when you don't feel like practicing, your why is what pulls you back.
And the fifth tip?
Celebrate small wins. We are so bad at this. We accomplish something, we stick to our routine for a week, we have our first real English conversation, we finish a book, and we just move immediately to the next goal without even acknowledging what we just did.
And when you don't acknowledge progress, you don't feel the positive reinforcement that makes discipline feel worth it.
Exactly. Pause, acknowledge, celebrate, then keep going.
Before we wrap up, I really want to touch on something important, because I think sometimes the conversation around discipline can tip into being harsh and self-critical, and I don't want anyone to walk away from this episode feeling bad about themselves.
That's such a good point, Rose.
Discipline is not about punishing yourself for being human. You will have bad days. You will miss things. You will fall off track. That is not failure. That is life.
The goal isn't to be a perfectly disciplined machine. The goal is to build a relationship with yourself where you keep coming back, where you don't give up on your own growth just because you stumbled.
Think about it like this. If your best friend was trying to build a healthy habit and they slipped up one day, would you yell at them? Would you tell them they're a failure and they might as well give up?
Of course not. You'd encourage them. You'd say, that's okay, start fresh tomorrow.
So why would you speak to yourself any differently? Discipline and self-compassion are not opposites. They actually need each other.
Because the person who beats themselves up every time they slip up, they tend to spiral and quit. But the person who says, okay, that happened, let me get back on track, that person keeps moving forward.
Progress, not perfection. Always.
All right, everyone, we are coming to the end of today's conversation. What a rich topic, discipline. I hope this episode gave you something to think about, something to feel inspired by, and maybe a few things to actually try in your own life.
Let's do a quick recap of what we talked about today. We explored what discipline really means, not punishment, but consistent action. We talked about how discipline is different from motivation. We looked at discipline in daily life through real examples. We discussed why we struggle with discipline and how to overcome those struggles. We connected discipline to building a meaningful life. And most importantly for us here at Hello English World, we talked about how discipline is absolutely essential to learning and mastering English.
Remember, every expert was once a beginner who refused to give up. Your English journey is the same. Show up every day, even a little. Be consistent, be patient, and be kind to yourself along the way.
And speaking of showing up every day, we show up here on Hello English World to give you the best possible content for your English learning journey. So here's what we need from you.
Enthusiastically, if you enjoyed today's episode, and we really hope you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It sounds small, but it genuinely makes a huge difference for the channel.
If you're new here, subscribe. Join our growing community of English learners from all around the world. We are so happy you found us, and we don't want you to miss a single episode.
And make sure you ring the notification bell, that little bell icon right next to the subscribe button, so YouTube actually lets you know when we drop new content.
We would also absolutely love to hear from you in the comments section. Today's question is, what is one area of your life where you want to be more disciplined? Write it down in the comments. Say it out loud. Make it real.
And if you want bonus points, write your comment in English. Practice that language, people. This is Hello English World. We celebrate every sentence, no matter how simple.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep growing, and remember, together, discipline is the bridge between the life you have and the life you want. Take care. Bye, everyone.